Are your glutes working correctly? Your glute max is the main muscle that creates hip extension. But here's the problem. If your hip flexors are tight, research shows they can inhibit glute activation, making it harder to use your glutes during lifts. Here's a simple test to check. Lie on a bench, keep your low back flat, and relax one leg at a time. If your leg can't drop down all the way, you've got tight hip flexors. Now here's one step to fix it. Drop into a lunge, squeeze your glute, and shift forward until you feel a light stretch in the front of one hip. Then, to really target the psoas muscle, reach one arm up overhead and gently side bend away. You should feel the stretch deep in the front of the hip and sometimes even into the lower abdomen. Do 5 reps with a 5-second hold and you'll be setting your glutes up to fire way better in your workouts.
All right, guys, that's Aaron Horschig from Squat University. I don't really have much to add. I just want to tell you guys, when I came up in the industry, we use this analogy. Trying to squat or sprint or use the glutes when you have tight hip flexors is like trying to drive with the parking brake on. And I always liked that analogy because it made sense to me. If your hip flexors are tight, theoretically, it would just make your glutes work harder to achieve full hip extension because you're fighting against them. So then theoretically, having tight hip flexors, you could just do standing glute squeezes and you'd have to fight against your hip flexors and it would provide resistance. But unfortunately, the nervous system doesn't work that way. There can be some inhibition and it just doesn't feel as good. So I do think a lot of people should be stretching their hip flexors. Aaron showed a great one there. I like the idea of squeezing the glute and posterior pelvic tilting as you lean into that lunge. You do get a deeper stretch on the rectus femoris. I never felt the psoas more doing that side bend part, but some people do. So do that little test, give this a try, and throw this into your warm-up because it can't be a bad thing to add that into the general warm-up. I'm Bret Contreras, aka The Glute Guy.